Hello traders. Today I will share with you a trading strategy that could potentially make you multiply your account in a short time. This strategy is very effective and works very well in day trading forex crypto stocks and in all other highly liquid markets, so please make sure you stay focused throughout this video so you don't miss anything important and understand this strategy perfectly. Okay traders, for this strategy we will need 3 free indicators from TradingView, and at the end of the video I will show them to you with the settings that each indicator needs. Now I will explain to you how these indicators work and how they are used to obtain long and short signals. As the first signal we have the crossing of the ADX, the green line crosses up the red line, so we think of a long trade. For the second confirmation we need to see the hybrid SSL, if the price is above the line, and this line is colored blue, then we are in a confirmed uptrend. And for the third confirmation, I recently discovered this amazing volume indicator. It basically tells us if the price has enough volume to open a trade. We can see that it is divided into 5 levels depending on the volume in the market. Let's only take trades when the volume is medium or higher. Okay, now that you know how this strategy works, let's see examples on the candlestick chart. Okay, here we have our first confirmed bullish signal. We see that the SSL hybrid is blue, the volume is with medium strength and the ADX confirms the long trade with the crossing of the green line above the red line. So we take a long position, put the stop loss at the recent low and our take profit will be risk, reward 1.5 and see how it plays out. And as we can see the result is a completely winning trade. Let's look for the next signal of our strategy. Here we do not enter any ADX signal because the volume does not confirm the signals. It is very important to strictly adhere to the strategy because the emotions betray us and we could have entered one of these invalid signals. Okay, we continue to look for signals to enter winning trades. Okay, we can see this short signal. The rules for SSL hybrid and ADX are exactly opposite and we only enter medium or high volume. In this case we see that the SSL hybrid is red, the ADX is having a bearish cross with the red line above the green line. And the volume is medium. So we open a short position, we put our stop loss at the recent high and take profit with risk, reward 1.5. Let's see how this operation unfolds. We see that this trade took a while but in the end it was successful. Let's go find more trades. Okay, here's another short sign. We clearly see that the SSL hybrid is in the red, the ADX is making a bearish cross and our volume is medium. So we take a short position. We set our stop loss and take profit and see how it plays out. Okay, we see that this quick trade was perfect. Okay, here's another long signal. We see that the SSL hybrid, the ADX, and the volume are meeting the conditions. So we take a bullish trade. In some cases like this, we will have the most recent low far away from our candle, so we put the stop loss on the SSL hybrid line and the take profit with risk, reward of 1.5. We clearly see that this trade was easily won. We'll look at a few more examples and I'll show you how to set up indicators. In this case, we see another short signal. The SSL hybrid is in the red, the ADX is having the bearish cross and the volume is medium. So we take a bearish position. We put the stop loss and take profit at 1.5. Okay, we see that this trade was missed and that is why it is very important to manage our emotions and follow our trading plan. Accepting the risk with 1 or 2% per trade of our capital will allow us to continue despite having losses. Let's look for more trades. Here we have 2 signals. In the first one we see that there was a very sharp bearish movement, so we are going to ignore this type of candles on the chart because we are not sure that our trade will be successful. In the second signal we see that there is a very good signal, without sudden movement and with the conditions being fulfilled correctly. SSL hybrid is red, ADX is having a bearish cross and our volume is medium. So we take a short trade, set our stop loss and take profit correctly. We see that the result is very good and we managed to win this trade quickly and safely. Now let's look at our indicator settings. This strategy consists of 3 free indicators in TradingView. For the first indicator, let's search for heat map volume. This indicator buys decal. For the second indicator, let's add ADX and DI. This indicator buy Kabuyaji. And for the third indicator, let's add SSL hybrid. This indicator buy Mikkel. Okay, now we need to configure the settings on these indicators. So let's go. First we double click in this SSL hybrid. So in a style section, let's untick everything except for this MA baseline. Now let's change the MA length from 60 to 200. Also let's change the baseline type from HMA to SMA. Now let's adjust the settings, the ADX and DI, so we want to change these parameters. This LEN from 14 to 25. And TH from 20 to 30. In a style section, let's remove this ADX and the level. And finally the volume indicator is going to be on the default settings. Okay traders. Remember to follow your strategy rigorously with your trading plan. Don't forget to subscribe and enjoy the profits. Welcome back, dear trader, to our channel. Today I will teach you how to get incredible results like this in your trading. Just stay till the end to understand the strategy and get the indicators. If you trade stocks, forex, commodities or cryptos, this strategy will help you to get positive results in your next 100 trades. You can apply this strategy if you are a beginner. Trading is more about psychology and being patient than taking several trades without the right analysis and discipline. Okay, now let's move on and I will explain the strategy. We are now on the Cardano 5-minute chart, so we will see how to take short trades. First we have to see that the whole suite is in the red and the market should give us a pullback on the candlestick chart. If you don't know what a pullback is, I'll leave you an image so you can understand better. And very important is that during this pullback the whole suite does not change color to green. Second, at the moment of the bearish breakout the price must be below the whole suite. Third, the key bar must be red and the blue line must be below the zero line. Once these conditions are met, we set our stop loss and take profit. But I want you to pay close attention here, because it's very important to understand how our risk-reward ratio works. The stop loss is then set at the nearest swing high or whole suite, wherever it is most reasonable to set it. And the take profit, first we put it in a 1-to-1 relationship with the stop loss. Once the price reaches the take profit, we move the stop loss to the entry price. But the trade does not end here, we have to be attentive to how the price moves. When the price reaches a risk-reward ratio of 1 to 2, we move the stop loss to the 1-to-1 ratio of our take profit. And then when the price reaches the price of a 1 to 3 risk-reward ratio, we move the stop loss to the 1 to 2 ratio of our take profit. In this example we see that the market continues to give us profitability and we obtain a new stop loss when the price reaches the risk-reward ratio 1 to 4, so we move the stop loss to the ratio 1 to 3 of our take profit and continue with the trade. We see that it gives us a new stop loss because the risk-reward ratio is 1 to 5, so we move the stop loss to the 1 to 4 take profit ratio. Now we see that I hit the stop loss, but we did make a big profit on this trade, so I think it is a great strategy when applied correctly. In this way we take advantage of all the profitability that the market can give us. I will give you some more examples for you understand better. Here is another interesting example. First we see that the whole suite is in red. This indicates that the market is controlled by sellers, and we also see a pullback on the candlestick chart. Second, we see the bearish breakout below the whole suite. But we see that in the bearish breakout the QQE bar is not in red and the blue line is not below zero. In this type of case we can wait for the next candle and see if the QQE bar turns red and the blue line is below zero, but remember that the price should not be farther away than the final price of the previous candle. And here we see that the next candle does meet these conditions. So we take our trade, and we apply the risk management rule again, and that's why this strategy is so incredible. So, we set our stop loss. I'll put it at the recent swing high so that the price has room to move, and now the part that we like the most is that we play with the take profit and stop loss. We see that it reached the risk-reward ratio 1:1. So we move the stop loss to the entry price. Now we see that it reached the risk-reward ratio 1:2. So we move the stop loss to the risk-reward ratio 1:1 of our take profit. Now we see that the price reached our stop loss and we won this trade, so here we end the trade. Now we will see examples of long trades. Here is an example of a long trade. First we see that the whole suite is in green. This indicates that the market is controlled by buyers, and we also see a throwback on the candlestick chart. If you do not know what a throwback is, I will show you an image so you can understand it. Second, we see the bullish breakout above the whole suite. Third, we see that on the bullish breakout the QQE bar is in green and the blue line is above zero. And once we see that the conditions are met, we take our trade, and reapply the risk management rule. So, we set our stop loss at the recent swing low, and now we start to modify the take profit and stop loss as the candlestick chart develops. We see that the price reached the risk to reward ratio of 1:1, so we modify the stop loss to the entry price. We see that the price reached the risk to reward ratio of 1:2, so we modify the stop loss to the risk to reward ratio 1:1 of our take profit. Okay, we see that we have finished this trade in profit. We will see other examples of long trades. Here is another interesting example of a long trade. First we see that the whole suite is in green. This indicates that the market is controlled by buyers, and we also see a throwback on the candlestick chart. Second, we see the bullish breakout above the whole suite. Third, we see that on the bullish breakout the QQE bar is in green and the blue line is above zero. Once all the conditions are met, we will take our trade. We apply the risk management rule again. So, we set our stop loss. I will put it at the recent swing low so that the price has room to move, and now the part that we like the most is that we play with the take profit and stop loss. We wait for the price to develop. Okay, we see that the price reached the risk to reward ratio 1:1, then we move the stop loss to the entry price. Now we see that the price reached the risk to reward ratio 1:2, so we move the stop loss to the risk to reward ratio 1:1 of our take profit. We see that the price reached the risk reward ratio 1:3, so we move the stop loss to the risk reward ratio 1:2 of our take profit. Okay, we see that we have finished this trade in profit. I am sure that if you apply this strategy you will have a lot of profits in your next trades. Now I will explain the indicators of this wonderful strategy. I am glad that you have reached this point. It means that you really want to be a profitable trader. First we are going to add the whole suite created by InSilico to our candlestick chart. We are going to change the configuration. In the length multiplier we write 2 instead of 1. The second indicator is trendlines with breaks created by LuxAlgo, and we leave this indicator by default. And finally we are going to add the QQE modified by JustUncleL indicator. And we are going to change the configuration of this indicator. Where it says RSI length we are going to change from 14 to 10. Where it says threshold we are going to change from 10 to 5. Then we go to the style and we are going to change it. We are going to disable the following options. And we are going to modify the following options. To color 2 we are going to put an opacity of 0%. And at the first level that appears we change the color from black to white. Now that you have all the indicators ready, enjoy your trading. If you like this content, do not hesitate to subscribe.